Just moments ago when a strong thunderstorm moved through and the awning of this Circle K gas station here behind me actually collapsed. This letter I have here says that they are looking into these cases. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Why? Are you hiding anything? It's actually completely encased in ice. Look at this. The branches actually just snap right off. There may be a crack in the floor of the hospital here in Edgefield, but they are not evacuating at this time. When we got here on the scene about 30 minutes ago, we could still see some massive flames jumping from this house. You can see the road closure signs right here behind me. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office actually kicked us out of where we were. We're not sure yet if maybe the airport had any effect on exactly why this plane may have crashed. There is some snow on the road, so be careful when you're driving out there. Behind me is Calhoun Expressway, and they actually have it completely shut down right now. This water behind me, which is actually the Savannah River, has come right up into this parking lot. Events like the Super Bowl, NASCAR races, they all need that. And Mike, I know you're the proud owner of an iPad, and I'm sure you can appreciate having good service. Despite crime scene tape surrounding the Joneses' South Augusta home, friends have been showing up to express their grief. Ruth Hernandez and Mylan Martin say Edna Jones was their beloved teacher before she retired, and that she changed their lives.
Such a wonderful person is gone now. And she really was a very wonderful teacher and very helpful to me when I was being bullied.
Investigators believe the family may have been killed at their home on Pinnacle Place Drive, then brought to what they're calling a secondary crime scene in Walton Farms. They're now looking into how the bodies got there.
We're trying to confirm that through forensic evidence of some vehicles that we have in fact seized in reference to this case. And forensic evidence will be able to definitively let us know.
The mother and daughter say they are now realizing they'll never get the chance to smile or laugh with Mrs. Jones again.
If my day was bad and I seen her, she would light my day up. And just to know that somebody would do something like this, it makes you think, why? Why her? Why them? And it's just hard to know that somebody would do that. It really is.
That question is now in the hands of police. In South Augusta, Nick Lulli, WFXG, Fox 54. We got word just before 4 o'clock this afternoon from court officials that Doug Nelson had resigned his seat effective immediately.
This judge basically has made it a point to make my life miserable, saying that no, I was not going to get the children back because I manipulated their minds.
That's just one of several women who came forward and made serious accusations against Columbia County Magistrate Judge Doug Nelson. They came forward this year, but say in 2011 and 2012, Nelson was inappropriate with them when he worked as a guardian at Litem on their cases.
He come right out and said, you know, what was your sex life like? And I was thinking, okay, I have a problem.
The evidence the women say they have includes screenshots of text messages where Nelson made statements like, "Giddy up, can't wait to see," and "I wanted to touch," when one woman says they discussed her attire when going to court. Columbia County Chief Magistrate Jason Troiano says in a statement that after reviewing reports and discussing with Nelson, Nelson had elected to resign his bench position effective immediately. Troiano withheld further comment, saying it would be inappropriate to discuss the allegations, but says he is taking them very seriously. Nelson has maintained the accusations are false and the women are looking for a reason to get back in court. He hasn't responded to new requests, though, for comment following his resignation. Yeah, that's right. Take a look at just some of the emails I got in my inbox today with both candidates pointing the finger at each other. And just take a look at some of these headlines. Allen drops out of first 12th district debate and Barrow lies Sir Georgians again. So I went to both the candidates to get the truth for you.
There's no truth to that whatsoever.
And it is a complete lie.
The 12th Congressional District campaign took another turn south today with the announcement that a planned Saturday debate at the Augusta Islamic Center, organized by the Augusta Chronicle, was scuttled. Congressman John Barrow says it's not his fault.
We accepted the proposed venue, we accepted the proposed time that was proposed by our opponents, and then we find out that they're not going to accept them.
But Rick Allen says it differently.
That is a result of a press release by the Barrow campaign, and it is a complete lie. And frankly, we're getting used to that.
Perhaps some insight can be offered by an email we obtained that was sent by officials at the Islamic Center. Dr. Hassan Fidel says he met with debate moderator and Columbia County News-Times editor Steve Crawford, and that Crawford told him that his boss at the Chronicle told him Allen would not be able to participate in the debate and that Crawford shouldn't moderate it.
I really don't know a thing about that. You'd have to talk to the Chronicle about that, yes.
So we did. Crawford declined comment, telling me to reach out to the Chronicle's president about the issue. We left messages, but have yet to get a response. An article appearing in the Metro Spirit publication says the Chronicle's publisher, William Morris III, told Crawford to pull out of the event because it was being held at the Islamic Society. And even Allen's campaign, in a press release to WFXG, says the venue is suspect.
I think it is disgraceful for someone to try and inject that element into the picture to try and make the nature of the host venue somehow something relevant to the question of whether or not we're going to meet or not.
And we did receive word late today that a new debate has been scheduled for the same time and day, that's Saturday at 3 p.m. And this time it will be at the Evans Government Complex. And both candidates tell me they'll be there. Live tonight in Evans, Nick Lulli, WFXG, Fox 54. Started with a weather warning over the loudspeakers and an evacuation of the fairways and greens. And when the rain didn't stop, club officials decided to throw in the towel for today.
There are strong storms approaching the area. Seek shelter accordingly.
And with that announcement, just after 10 this morning, patrons of the first day of practice at the 2014 Masters Tournament scurried for safety.
We got in there for about a half hour or so. The rain came and the announcement went off, and they asked everybody to leave the grounds and to seek shelter.
The good news, purchasers of Monday practice round tickets will be sent refunds in May and will be guaranteed the opportunity to purchase 2015 practice round tickets. But for those trying to get closer to the fairways and greens today, it's a letdown.
Very disappointing. It's the first time we've come down here, and we were looking forward to a great day today.
But it wasn't all bad news. Players and patrons got a couple hours of cool and misty play on the course before it closed.
The last time I came here it was awful, like gross and muddy, so this isn't that bad. It's just kind of misty.
True golf fans say they wouldn't miss even just a minute being in Augusta National.
The winner really has to do some special things, and the enthusiasm of all the patrons and the history of the tournament and it's held here every year. So that's, I think, what separates it from some of the other tournaments.
Now, club officials say the cancellation was because, obviously, of safety concerns with that lightning moving through. And the last time they actually had to cancel a day like this was a little over a decade ago, about 11 years ago in April then. And, of course, right now it's drizzling outside still, so we're hoping this weather will dry up in time for the course to reopen tomorrow. Live outside Augusta National tonight, Nick Lulli, WFXG, Fox 54.